Hello, friends. It is Monday. You guys did an amazing job on your informational report rough drafts last week. I'm super excited because I have been doing a lot of one-on-one conferences with you, and I've learned a lot about these animals as we've been researching them together. So you have already written the paragraphs for your 3 or 4 subtopics for your animals. Today, we're going to be focusing on the hook and the introduction paragraphs. Now, some of you guys might have already done an introduction paragraph in your draft just because you know that we would have had to have had one. So if you are, then today you're going to be revising. But for everybody else, we are going to actually come up with 3 ideas that we can do for our informational report introduction, and then you're going to choose which one you like best. Now, before we get started, I am going to read this informational passage about sloths, and I want you to pay close attention to the first introduction paragraph and what you think they did in order to hook their readers. So let's go ahead and look at sloths. What's very hairy, full of moss, and the slowest moving animal on the earth? Many people know the answer to this question because it isn't a surprise that sloths are tremendously slow. However, there may be a few facts that can be surprising about the sloth. So look at that introduction paragraph, you guys. What did they do? Awesome. They asked questions. So when they were brainstorming different introduction paragraph ideas, they chose the question category. And that's going to make a little bit more sense later when I show you some of my examples that I've modeled for you for the different introductions. Let's keep reading though, just because I think it's good for us to see other people's writing. Appearance. Sloths can be a little strange in appearance. First, they have extremely hairy bodies to help with the excessive rainfall they live with in the rainforest. Their long hair helps the rain slide easily off their bodies. Another interesting way that their hair helps them is that it grows algae and fungi. The algae serves a couple of purposes. The sloths can feed it to their babies, and it keeps them camouflaged in the canopy of the rainforest. That's cool. Sloths also have long claws that curve at the tips. These claws help them climb the tall rainforest trees. They hang on tight as they hang upside down. Also, they can use them as a defense against predators. Again, they are pretty odd in appearance, but each feature serves a purpose. Habitat. The tropical and cloud forests of Central and South America are where these relaxed animals live. They adapted to these habitats. Sloths have very long arms that allow them to climb high in the canopy of the forest. Sloths do not exactly walk. In fact, they dig their front claws into the ground and drag their bodies across the rainforest floor if they have to. For this reason, they do not come down from the trees often. It can put them in dangerous situations with predators. The only time they do come down from trees is to go to the bathroom. That's only about once a week. The sloth is mostly safe in the dense jungle it calls home due to its superb camouflage. Diet. Since the sloth is so slow, you might wonder what it eats. Sloths are omnivores, which means that they eat plants and animals. Although it is rare for them to eat animals, they have been known to eat insects or an occasional rodent. Most of the time, sloths eat leaves, buds, or twigs. They do not receive much energy from their leafy diets, and this is why they seem so sluggish, sleeping 15 to 18 hours a day. The sloth's body temperature and metabolism are low, keeping its food and water need low as well. As you can see, there's a lot more to a sloth than its slow and leisurely pace. Oh, wow. That was a lot of really cool information about sloths that I didn't know about. I can't believe they only go to the bathroom once a week and that they sleep for 15 to 18 hours a day. That's crazy. Okay, so today I am going to show you the 3 different ideas that we're going to brainstorm in order to make our hooks and our introductions even better. So you're going to have this slide today on your writing presentation, And it says writing a lead and introduction. So we're going to be hooking our readers from the start. We want to grab their attention. What you don't want to happen is you don't want somebody to start reading your paper and then they think, oh, this is boring. I don't really know that I want to read the paper anymore. No, you don't want that. So you have to grab their attention. And there are 3 ways. One of the ways is you can give a lot of facts about your animal. Now be careful with this because you don't want to just repeat in your story over and over again. You could also ask a question. Now, in the sloth paper that we just read, this is the one that child chose, okay? And in fact, I kind of like this one because it's easier to do, and we can talk about that in a minute when I show you mine because I ended up choosing question for mine. And then also you could choose descriptive. So you're being very descriptive about your animal. You're giving adjectives to describe them. If you did not do the appearance as a subtopic, you could even talk about the animal's appearance. But if you did already do appearance, you might not want to do that one because you don't want to be repetitive in your writing. So let me go ahead and show you my introduction paragraphs that I drafted today. So here are mine on the bottlenose dolphin. This is what you're going to do. You are going to write a small paragraph for each of these ideas today. And then you are going to choose which paragraph you like the best. That's the paragraph that you're going to use for your rough draft. So, if you typed your story, you will then just copy and paste your paragraph into your story at the top for your introduction. And if you hand wrote it, then you can just handwrite this where your introduction will go in your writing. So here were my ideas. So for the facts section, I said, the bottlenose dolphin can make up to 1,000 clicking noises per second. They aren't making these noises just to be obnoxious. These clicks are used to help dolphins find their food in dark waters. This is just one of the amazing things a dolphin can do. Now notice I didn't go into too much detail. I didn't give too much away about the dolphins, but I gave them just enough information about the way that they communicate. Question: are humans the only ones who name their babies? NOPL research shows that dolphins give each other names. Each dolphin has a whistle sound that they recognize like the way humans recognize their name. Dolphins are amazing creatures. So notice I asked a question to start it off with, and I also included a fact that probably not a lot of people know. Here was my descriptive idea. It is almost as if they are putting on a show. Water splashes all around him. The fisherman watches from his boat as a pod of dolphins take turns leaping above the water. He is being entertained by one of the most interesting sea animals, a dolphin. Now, I'll tell you, I had a really hard time deciding between the question and the descriptive paragraph. I ended up choosing the question paragraph for my essay just because I enjoy asking questions at the beginning and I thought it was a pretty cool fact about the echolocation. However, if you want to do descriptive, that one can be a really fun one too. It's almost like I put in a little story about a fisherman seeing a dolphin, and I think that would be a very good way to capture my reader's attention. So what you're going to do now is you're going to go to the slide that I showed you here. And you are going to type 3 paragraph ideas for your introduction. You're going to choose one, and then you're going to put it into your rough draft. I hope you guys have a really fun day working on your lead and your introduction. And if you need me, go ahead and set up a one-on-one conference so that we can do some of this together. Happy writing, guys.